Step into the ring, fans. It's Main Event Reports, bringing you all the latest from WWE. Don't forget to subscribe, and let's get started. Tensions are rising on Raw as Finn Balor and JD McDonagh make a bold move that could redefine the Judgment Day's future. After chaos erupted in the recent Battle Royal, the duo storms into Adam Pearce's office with one clear goal, Tag Team Gold, and one major obstacle standing in their way: Sheamus. Welcome back to Suplex Saga, your destination for WWE storylines, backstage updates, and all the drama that keeps the ring alive. The Judgment Day's power play begins. The night kicked off with tension in the air. The Judgment Day's influence has always loomed large over Monday Night Raw, but this time, things felt different. With Dominic Mysterio absent, Finn Balor and JD McDonagh arrived with something to prove. The camera cut backstage to Adam Pearce's office, where the WWE official was in the middle of an intense phone call, dealing with the usual chaos that surrounds championship season. Suddenly, the door swung open, and in walked Balor and McDonagh, their faces set with determination. The energy shifted instantly. This wasn't a friendly visit. A confrontation with Adam Pearce. Pearce, visibly frustrated, ended his call and turned to face the two men. "Where's Dominic?" he asked immediately, noticing the absence of their usual third member. But Finn wasn't interested in small talk. He leaned forward slightly and said, "We're not here to talk about Dom. We're here to talk about the tag titles." JD McDonagh stepped in beside him, his tone sharp and direct. "We're owed a rematch," he said. "We were sidelined after that Battle Royal, and we're not standing by any longer." The room fell silent for a moment, the tension thick enough to feel through the screen. The reminder of controversy Pearce, never one to be intimidated, crossed his arms and reminded them of the controversy surrounding their recent actions. "You two want to talk about fairness? Let's talk about the Battle Royal," he said firmly. "You were already eliminated when you jumped back in and tossed out another superstar. And that superstar, Sheamus, isn't exactly thrilled about it." The moment Sheamus's name left Pearce's mouth, JD's expression hardened. The Celtic Warrior's reputation speaks for itself. Tough, relentless, and never one to forget a slight. JD McDonagh's challenge, JD didn't hesitate. He took one step closer to Pearce's desk and said, "If Sheamus has a problem, I'll deal with him myself." Finn, standing just behind his partner, smiled slightly, the calm confidence of a leader who knew exactly what he wanted. "And once JD handles Sheamus," Finn added, "we want our tag team championship match. Judgment Day doesn't wait. We take what's ours." It was a statement, not a request. Pearce studied them for a moment, clearly weighing his options. Giving them what they wanted would spark another headline moment on Raw, but refusing them might create even more trouble. Adam Pearce's decision, finally, Pearce nodded. "Fine," he said. "JD, you'll get Sheamus. But here's the deal. If you lose, Judgment Day goes to the back of the line for those tag titles. No more demands, no more shortcuts." Finn smirked, the kind of smirk that only comes from a man confident his team will deliver. "Deal," he replied. "We don't need shortcuts." The two men turned and left the room, their boots echoing down the hallway as Pearce shook his head. He picked up his phone again and muttered, "It's going to be one of those nights." The news breaks moments later. Commentary broke the news to the WWE universe. Michael Cole's voice carried the excitement as he announced, "It's official. JD McDonagh will face Sheamus later tonight, and if JD wins, the Judgment Day gets their rematch for the WWE Tag Team Championships." The crowd erupted with mixed reactions, half cheering for the boldness of the Judgment Day, half chanting for Sheamus, the Celtic warrior who never backs down from a fight. On social media, the announcement lit up instantly. Fans debated whether JD had any chance against a powerhouse like Sheamus, while others speculated about Dominic's absence and what it could mean for the group's future. Backstage buzz and locker room reaction. Backstage, the tension was just as high. Members of the tag team division were seen watching the developments closely. DIY, New Day, and Alpha Academy all had their eyes on this brewing rivalry. Everyone knew that a win for the Judgment Day would completely shake up the hierarchy of the division. Meanwhile, cameras found Sheamus backstage in his locker room, taping his wrists and preparing for battle. His trademark glare said it all. "That lad wants a fight?" he muttered, looking straight into the camera. "He's got one." A fight worth watching JD, however, refused to back down. He used his agility to stay in the fight, targeting Sheamus's knee with quick strikes and evasive maneuvers. The crowd, initially in favor of Sheamus, began to respect JD's resilience. Finn shouted encouragement from ringside, his voice cutting through the noise. "Stay on him, JD!" he yelled, slamming his hand on the apron. The momentum began to shift. JD connected with a flying knee and nearly scored a 3 count, but Sheamus kicked out at the last second. The arena gasped. This fight was far from over. Chaos and controversy once again. As the match reached its climax, Sheamus set up for the brogue kick, the crowd on their feet in anticipation. But just as he charged forward, Finn Balor climbed onto the apron, shouting at the referee. The distraction gave JD the opening he needed. He ducked under the kick, rolled Sheamus up, and, with a handful of tights, snatched the 3 count. The bell rang, and the arena erupted into chaos. Sheamus couldn't believe it. The referee's hand had already hit the mat, and JD had done the unthinkable. Judgment Day had stolen another victory. Aftermath and fallout, Finn jumped into the ring, raising JD's arm as the boos rained down. The two celebrated their victory, smiling as Sheamus fumed in the corner. "You robbed me!" Sheamus shouted, but Finn only laughed, tapping the side of his head as if to say, "Outsmarted." The commentators debated the finish. "It may not have been clean," said Corey Graves, "but a win is a win, and Judgment Day just earned themselves a tag team title rematch." The camera cut to Adam Pearce watching the monitor backstage, shaking his head. "Of course," he muttered. "They always find a way." The future of the Judgment Day. As Raw came to an end, one thing was crystal clear. The Judgment Day wasn't slowing down. Even without Dominic Mysterio, Finn and JD had managed to stir the pot, reigniting rivalries and forcing their way back into title contention. The WWE Universe was left wondering how Sheamus would respond and whether the champions were ready for the chaos that Judgment Day always brings. Could JD and Finn actually reclaim the gold? Or will this streak of controversial wins finally catch up with them?